So you know everything that Paul Delner said last night? Here's Adam Schefter telling you everything that Paul said is completely not true. Oh, I hate this situation so much. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. I want the contract revealed. Bengals on Twitter. Reveal the deals. Reveal all the details. I'm done with this insider crap. Back and forth. Insider this. Insider says this. Insider said this. I don't care. Okay? Release the contract. Stop it with this crap. Give us transparency. You're saying, well, the Bengals are trying to do this clause. The Bengals are trying to do that clause. How about you release the contract, we read it for ourselves, we'll read it on a live stream, and then we can make up our minds whether or not this is true or not. So let's go ahead and get right into it. So Paul Delhern last night said that the Bengals are not using new language, and they're actually using common language that most other players in the draft got the same contract. And this is nothing new. And this is, not like the Bengals are trying to one up or get one over on Shemar Stewart. It's simple. Well, let's go. I'm going to have to block half the screen because, what's it called? They show NCAA clips, and NCAA is like Disney. They don't like it when you show anything clip-wise from them.
Bengals the first team to do this, and why are we currently in this situation, and how does it end?
It's not a normal clause. That's why Shemar Stewart is objecting the way he is. Now, it's a little strange to me, the fact that as an unsigned rookie, first-round draft pick, that he's in the building with the team. And I know he wanted to be with his teammates, but who's not a team employee? Who's not under a contract that goes in to work and shows up there? Like, the biggest statement you could make is not being in the building. And that's why I believe this morning
All right, so that's actually, right away, I don't like Adam Schefter, okay? I'm going to be honest. I don't like him. That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard, by the way. Just a little side note. There's a lot. Most rookies that don't yet have their contract signed, they go to rookie minicamp. They go to OTAs. They go to mandatory minicamp. Most rookies who have not signed their contract, I would say at least 99%, do go to practice and do all the things they're supposed to do, even without being under contract. 99% of them do. So that's a stupid point to say, why would he be in the building? Why would he not? Why not sit out and refuse to play? That's a bigger thing. Well, guess what? Demetrius Knight Jr. had just spoken on this matter. He's there. He's practicing because he said, I need the reps. I need to learn. I need to do what I need to do to make sure I'm the greatest I can be. Most rookies, while working out their contracts, still go to practice. So this is a stupid point. It really is. Shemar Stewart has lost out on a lot of play time, a lot of important reps that he's not going to be able to get back because he missed mandatory minicamp and OTAs and rookie minicamp. That's just a fact. He's going to suffer because of missing those reps. Guys behind him got important reps that are going to try, again, to take his job. That's the point. Anyway, I'm sorry. This side rant there. I hate that.
he was not there. He's not showing up anymore until he signs that contract. The Bengals wanted to include that clause in there that basically said that he would have to forfeit bonus money, guaranteed money, if he was not on the roster through the length of that contract. And these rookie...
So this is what Adam Schefter is saying is the clause. This is the clause that finally we got the breakdown of what the clause is. He's claiming the clause is if Shemar is not on the roster for the full 4 years of our contract. So if we cut him any year other than, obviously letting him expire or fifth-year option, then he forfeits his bonus money and some of his guarantee. And that's what's causing this whole problem. Is if he at any time we say year 3, he's a bust, right? Let's say year 3 he's a bust. And we say, oh man, I can't believe he was a bust, right? We should have saw it coming in the very beginning. Then we could say, okay, we're going to cut him. And he won't get that bonus money or the guarantees. That's what he's fighting for, okay? Now, from his point of view, it makes sense why you would fight for this. Because, again, you, number one, want to be on the roster, and you want the team to have some reason to keep you on the roster, and having a fully guaranteed contract keeps that team interested in keeping you. Because if they're like, hey, we can just get rid of you and save money, then most teams will do that, right? But if not, then it's a situation of like, well, it's easier said than done, Sorry about that cut. It's easier said than done to just be like, you know what? Okay, you're just not working out. We don't have as much as much meat in this race, so we're going to get rid of you. So it makes sense from his point of view. 2, he doesn't want to set the principle moving forward for all teams to start doing this. There's a set principle of all first-round picks are fully guaranteed. Bonuses, everything is fully guaranteed. And the problem with doing this is if once one player accepts it, teams are going to start implementing it. So he's also trying to avoid, moving forward here, dealing with not just him, but other players having to deal with the same situation. So it makes sense why he's fighting this, because he doesn't, again, he doesn't want to, deal with this, right? He doesn't want to have this over his head in case he doesn't become a good player. If he's a bust, he wants some type of, help in the back end to make sure he's on the roster for 4 years. It makes sense. It makes sense why he's fighting it. At the same time, he's also helping out rookies in the future. I don't know why we couldn't have just said this from point out day one. Why couldn't every source just say, hey, by the way, this is what he's fighting. He's actually not fighting just for himself. He's fighting for rookies in the future. This... Oh.
Contracts were guaranteed through the last CBA. That was one of the stipulations. Rookie salaries, first-round draft pick salaries went down, but they became guaranteed. And now the Bengals wanted to apparently insert a clause that would essentially nullify some of those guarantees if he got cut, which he didn't want to sign. I understand that. He doesn't want to be the guinea pig here. He doesn't want to set precedent over some rookie. And I would imagine if he holds his ground, he'll eventually get what he wants, of course. But it creates a very difficult situation for a guy who needs the work with coaches to be developed. They need him as a player to be a major part of that defense. The defense had question marks as it is. They already don't have Trey Hendrickson in there. They certainly could use their rookie first-round draft pick, who you would think would be easy enough to sign, but alas, not so easy to sign him, not so easy to sign Trey Hendrickson. Neither player is there, and you lose some of the momentum that you built up when you got.
All right, so I will say, in a little side note here, the Trey Hendrickson situation and the first-round pick situation are completely different. They're completely different. One situation is the Bengals offered Trey $28 million per year. He didn't accept it, obviously, but they don't see him worth the money that he is claiming he is worth, right? That's one thing. This situation with the first-round pick is the Bengals trying to change the philosophy moving forward of how first-round picks get their contracts. They're completely different factors here. One is it's like, hey, listen, we don't know if you're going to be a star player, okay? We don't know if you're going to be a star player. We want to work this so that we don't get fluffed over in the end because we took a project and we're scared the project's not going to work. We're trying to cover our bases and cover our butts, and that's kind of how that works. From the other side, it's Trey is, hey, you're 31 years old, 28, we offer you $28 million. We think you're worth that much. That's what we want to pay you. So I don't think the two things are like that unison. Again, It's crazy because Demetrius Knight is also going through this stuff, and he's just practicing and doing whatever. So, man, it's frustrating. It's frustrating. I hate this. I really do. Sign him. Get it done with. Get it over with. Move on. Sign Trey. Let's focus on the season. We're trying to win a Super Bowl. We're not trying to play drama alert. We're not trying to play a drama for the stars. We're not trying to play teenage, high school, drama club crap. Like, come on, man. We're trying to win a Super Bowl here. And we're going back and forth like childish kids. Get it done with, front office. Get it done with. It's frustrating. We have a player who's publicly bashing a team. We have a player who's missing important reps at practice. I mean, this is a clown show. This is an absolute clown show. And again, in this perspective, I said this last night with the Paul Delhurst situation. If that Paul Delhurst situation is correct, then Shemar Stewart's in the wrong, okay? If that's the situation, what Paul said last night, if that's correct, it's all on Shemar Stewart. If what Adam says here is correct, then it's all on the Bengals front office. And that's just pretty much it. And guess what? There's a thing in life called, there's always three sides of a situation. There's the one side, the person's, one side, the other person's side, and the truth, which is usually a little bit in the middle. Just release the contract. Give us the contract, and I think we will be all good. Give us the contract. And the Epstein files. I'm just joking. Wait, hold on. I'm just joking. I'm just joking on that. I'm just joking. No, for real, though. As I was saying, though, the contract. Release the contract. End the list. Anyway, guys, tell me down below your thoughts. And we're demonetized. Peace out, guys.